bowls 60 for 3. This partnership 34 of 31. Other than the game where 199 was scored, the average score batting first has been 127. Teams have lost their way in those middle overs. Today, the wind makes it a difference, makes a big difference. And you can take chances to a certain area in the ground, and hence I reckon 160 at least. It's going to be a very difficult ground to defend when the wind is as strong. Chaturanga De Silva.
Chaturanga De Silva bowling to Dikwala. The wind is coming from the right side of the screen to the left. Doing the tactics right, Dasun Shanaka. The left-hander Dikwala wants to go, but what Dikwala is good at is also the reverse sweep. That's an option if he's willing to take that risk.
And as a captain, you've got to keep thinking all the time, which bowler from which end. But just as we spoke about Bopara, who's just going to knock it around and take it deep, is probably not going to look to take down Chaturanga De Silva. And therefore, the risk, the threat is Dikwala.
I think that the game plan of Ravi Bopara over the years has been really simple. Drag the innings deep into the overs and get the other batsmen to play the natural game and be the strikers. That's where he's comfortable at, that's where he's proven, and that's where I think Colombo Stars need Ravi Bopara in the middle order to do that job. With only Jins Chandimal as a recognised batsman, and you got Karim Jannat playing his first game from Afghanistan, renowned for his hard hitting, but it's not going to be easy.
He'll be a key. This man, Niroshan Dikwala, looked like he's settled nicely into his innings now. Finding the gaps when the boundary ball's not there. It's crucial that he controls this innings, and he's doing exactly that right now. Sensible. So Tino, the timeout is around the corner. Get there and assess what you want to do, where you want to go. Have a chat, compare notes on how the pitch is playing, how many runs you reckon you need.
Spoke about Dikwala being sensible. Seen that for a while. At the moment he's doing a decent job, 38 of 27. For how long? Dikwala normally does his own things, very unusual way of scoring runs. At the moment, taking some responsibility. That's good to see.
And I hope he carries on to do that. He'll get home safely here, not a problem. And that word responsibility is what I would use in the timeout. Listen, guys, we lost 3 early wickets, but you guys have done well. Partnership's going well, 40 and 36. It's important that you guys continue as you're going along. He said Ravi Bopara knows that later on in the innings he can accelerate. If we can get ourselves 150 here, guys, we can bowl at it. Now Dikwala trying to go leg side-ish to try and access the offside. Chaturanga De Silva follows him, bowls at the pads, ends with a dot. It's 66 for 3. Dikwala holding the innings together. He's got Bopara for company. 11 overs remaining. A lot to do because they've lost 3 wickets. Matthews was the first to go, hit it into the wind. You can see it hold up. This was unlucky, pitching outside leg stump. The very next ball, Asalanka. Again a nothing shot and the ball holding up. Lairu Kumara, 3 wickets. Pushing the Stars onto the back foot. Another gloomy day here in Hambantota. The lights are taking effect.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Noor Ahmed to continue.
What would you have been
Nice
telling
boy,
the
nice
team
boy.
at the break, at the timeout, Fariz? From Colombo's point of view.
Nicely bowled by Noor Ahmed. Don't think Ravi Bopara. Both deliveries picked it up. Going across Ravi. Just on the tactics, I would say Raman Kalpage and being the head coach with Angelo Matthews would have made the tactics, as far as I'm concerned, is to get Ravi Bopara to use basically to get singles in every ball and get Dick Queller to find the boundary at least once per over. You need to score at least close to 150, 160. To do that, we're just not going to help to get the singles. That's that I reckon Dick Queller will hold the key in getting that elusive boundary for an over at least.
Go on, Nori boy. Raja.
He's missed out because that was down leg side. He would have been better off going with it.
Moving quick, boy.
Just the one single.
People are actually going to believe that if you keep saying it.
Are concerned.
He's fine, he's fine.
Nothing going to plan even up here.
No!
It'll just be the single. Last ball of the 10th. Very important, Noor Ahmed. Not conceding a boundary.
Just the 2 runs in this over. That's where I think Dick Queller's role is going to be huge. Yes, you have to be responsible. Being the central batsman, as you know, Ravi Bopara is known for his taking time, batting deep into the innings. Nicely bowled again by Noor Ahmed. A very good over. Just the 3 singles to end the 10th over. Colombo 69 for 3.
Well, not a very promising first half for the Colombo Stars. 69 for 3. They're struggling a bit, but the last 30 balls have been good. 28 runs without wickets being lost. Dick Queller 41 and Bopara taking his time, 15 of 19. A lot of work, a lot of repair work to be done. Chaturanga Kumara has nice drift, and that's hit straight over the bowler's head. In fact, over long off for 6. A warm welcome to Amir Sohail, and I still got good company in Tino Mawai.
Well, he was struggling to pick Noor, the wrist spinner, the left arm wrist spinner, but here he was absolutely sure. Picked the line of the delivery, moved outside the line of that delivery and hit it beautifully for a big 6. Yeah, it was a wobbly start, there is no doubt about it. But these two have steadied the ship. They have given Colombo Stars a chance to go past the pass go here. Both are timing the ball well, placing the ball into the gaps. Have the scoreboard ticking, and plenty to think for Dambulla captain.
In the air, oh, it's gone over the man at extra cover. It's just gone over the man in extra cover, but he struck it so well. And I was just about to say, prior to that ball, we've spent the last 20 minutes with Parviz and Russell talking about not hitting against the wind. He's not interested. 4 balls ago. This time, counteracts with a boundary.
I like what Chaturanga De Silva is trying to do. The partnership is 53 now. Just look at what he's trying to do. He's bowling with a slightly lower arm. He was going with a higher arm, but now he's trying to push it in. He's trying to drift it back into the right-hander. And what Bopara did was hit it against that drift over extra cover. They'll want to. They're coming for 2. He'll have to hurry. I think he did. Bopara was good. But the umpire will go upstairs. But I think Bopara is all right.
Umpire referred for a
But
run
let's
out.
see.
Give me a
I
side
thought
on
he
angle,
put in the
please.
dive. But these things can be pretty tight. Let's see.
Now you
Take it
call
back,
that he needs to hurry,
please.
and that's exactly what he did.
Okay.
He hurried. It's the dive
Batter
that's
well short of the
actually
bumping
not
piece,
got him
and I
on.
made my decision. My decision for the big spin is
He's
out.
short of his ground. That is a brilliant bit of fielding. Nowhere near his ground. Amir, you called it.
Yeah, he was struggling. He hit the ball off the back foot, and to get the momentum going forward, it requires a bit of time. And that's where the fielder cast in. It was a good throw, and the rest was history. It's 80 for 4 now. The partnership is broken.
He's coming in at number 6. But I still like him to be number 3. He's a more solid kind of player who would like to take his time and build his innings. But number 6 is a different kettle of fish.
I totally agree with you. Totally. Wasting his talent, wasting his ability. But here, he's got 9 overs to show his mettle.
Yeah, that's a saving grace because he's got 9 overs. He has got time. Now, Dikwella has been very good with his shot selection because he's been going with the wind. He's been hitting it into the breeze, with the breeze that is. And this is that wicket we're talking about, the run out. For a moment I thought that Bopara was just in. It was tight, it was tight. But I thought it was a dive that saved him. But Amir Sohail was brilliant. He straight away said that was out.
And I don't want to be an umpire.
I know we're focusing on the dive. He was trying to get himself in, but how good a throw is that? Ratnayake had to run to his left. He had to pick it up and throw it off balance.
I think that's the advantage of being ambidextrous. You could throw it with both our hands. You didn't have to transweight, so that split second advantage. And when you look at it, it's just millimeters in it. Just those milliseconds that can really be decisive.
Oh, that's very delicately played. Had a very small gap to pierce between backward point and short third man. He did it perfectly.
Yeah, by employing that sweep stroke, he created that fear, forced the bowler to change the line, and from there on,
Evans boy.
Dikwella prevailed.
Keep attacking the sticks, boy.
Picked up another boundary.
Absolutely, that's what Dikwella can do. He can just make the bowlers bowl to you, to your strength. He's got that kind of repertoire, the type of shots that you need. Spoke about. That's off a top edge, that should run away as well. This is turning out to be an expensive over. Now you'll expect Noor Ahmed in the middle to try and tighten things up, but instead he's leaking runs. He's gone for 10 already.
He's highly talented, Noor, without any doubt, as Dikwella scores his 50. Very well made 50, and that's his third. And LPLs, you're talking about Noorullah. Now, one thing he lacks, we know he's highly talented. He's got so much in his repertoire. He doesn't have that control. And that's where he struggles.
It looks to me that sometimes he just rushes through the over. Doesn't sit back, think about where he wants to bowl, who am I bowling to, and what ball do I want to bowl.
I fully agree with you. I think that's an issue with lots of spinners. They just want to rush through. They just don't take their time. You need a deep breath. Just need to understand. And before you do that, but Noor Ahmed, yeah, he seemed to be rushing through his overs.
And another thing he has to look in his action. He has got a quick arm action. For a leg spinner, not the right thing. Yeah, talking about Ravi Bopara. We were trying to make a point. Now have a look. He cuts the ball and then he backs away towards the leg stump. That was the time the fielder cashed in. Excellent piece of cricket.
Right, that's a good over, that's a productive over, 12 off it. Now that rate is increasing, 92 for 4. Not. Right, 92 for 4. Much depends on Niroshan Dikwella, 51 of 35. Chandimal will be playing initially a supporting role. He'll just be looking it into caps, will be looking for those singles. Dikwella meanwhile will start to play his shots, but it's important from a Colombo Stars point of view that this pair bats a little bit deeper, because when you look at the rest of the batting, Karim Janat, he can hit a long ball, and that he's a strong player, so he needs a good platform to come in.
He does. But what I would like to see from Chandimal, he should look to find the boundaries. If he's able to do that, which he did, that'll take off the pressure from Chandimal. And that will give Colombo Stars a chance to have Dikwella in the last couple of overs where he could really dictate terms. That's nicely worked away from the middle stump into the gap.
No, that's very nicely worked away. This is not very nicely fielded. He's gone way past it. He slid too late. Captain not happy with that.
See, Dasun Shanaka needs to do this more regularly, and that is to bowl. Now, he hardly bowls when he captains. We've spoken about it a lot at international level. He never trusts himself as a bowler, but it's good to see him really running in and looking to bowl in the middle overs.
And it gives a huge opportunity for Colombo Stars to attack him, get the quick runs. That'll be headaches for Shanaka because both the spinners are struggling. Who is he going to revert to? Have to stay one step ahead of the thinking of the opposition captain, these two.
Very clever, very clever. He is using the pace. He's a great improviser, I'll tell you, Niroshan Dikwella. He'll be scoring runs in the areas that you least expect. You cannot set a field for a player like him.
Deft touch. I'm not sure he wanted it to come off the inside edge like it did, but the idea is the same and the result very good. No slip in, of course, at this stage of the innings. 3 balls into the over, 9 already. Brings up the 100 as well. 101 for 4.
He's a busy cricketer, isn't he, Dikwella? Just see the way he walks around, moves around the crease, tends to put the bowlers off their lines and lengths, their direction, their focus. This is clever.
Yeah, where he makes the difference. And his batting is so sumptuous, like Manchi Gome. You know, whenever he's looking to attack a bowler, he gives himself 2 options. He doesn't commit himself for one option. That's why he keeps on meeting success. That's a wide.
One over the shoulder. That's one over.
Roshan, I just want to go back to a point that you mentioned about Dasun Shanaka, and you feel he doesn't bowl enough in international cricket anyway. Do you have any idea why? Do you think maybe he just doesn't have the confidence to do it at that level? Maybe feels he's got people who'll say you're just bowling yourself because you're the captain?
No, I don't think he should be kind of guided by such thoughts. He needs to trust his strength. He has been an all-rounder all his life, and he needs to do that. He came into the side as an all-rounder. And I also feel that, you know, it just will give his confidence level a boost.
Yeah, for me, what he needs to do, he has to improve his heavy ball. I'll give you an example of Sam Curran, how successful he was during that World Cup. He hasn't got that express pace, but he's got that heavy ball. He keeps on surprising the batsman, and that's where he has to develop. Doesn't Shanaka?
Of course, he doesn't have that skill level of a Curran who swung the ball, but I get your point. I can see from where you're coming from. Yeah, he needs to develop something special to come in during those middle overs. Again. Soft hands. It's a boundary, it's a big over, 16 off it. It's 108 for 4. Right, the buildings are getting bigger now. That must be worrying the Dambulla aura, because they had the game under control at 3 for 26. They just let it get out of hand.
It's a red rag to Dambulla aura. Last 3 overs.
Yeah, it's gradually starting to pick up. Their run rate's gone above 8. At one stage they were at around 6. The first 10 overs really didn't yield much. That was back of the hand. He's trying to develop some variety, variations, but Bigwell, he seemed to find the edge absolutely consistently.
He's been very proficient with that inside edge of the bat. Every time he has edged the ball into the gap, away from the fielder, and results been good.
It's time for Chandimal, 8 of 5. This is his game. We haven't seen him look to hit boundaries, but he's just looking to milk the bowling, pushing it around into gaps. Raza it is. This is his game. This is exactly his game, with Bigwell at the other end. Just get him on strike, get off strike.
I just hope that D'Quella realizes that he holds the key to a very competitive total here. Current rate is 8.28, still 6 wickets in hand. That'll get them to 165. The way they've gone in the last 5-6 overs, they're getting that 8 to an over with a minimum of effort. They're not trying.
I'm with you, Tino. And if he's smart about things, you mentioned 165. If he's there for his side at the start of the 20th over, 175 is on the cards.
Also, don't forget Karim Janat. That guy can hit a long ball. Dominic Drakes, we did see that he too is a strong striker. So they got 2 good batters to come in next. But what is important is to get into that position. They're still in the 14th over. Get to the 15th at 130. We might be looking at 175 you're talking about.
He's got a good partner, sensible partner, Chandimal. We'll keep on having a word with him. We'll keep on reminding him what is the requirement of the job. He's doing his job quite nicely. Scoring off every delivery he has faced.
Sorry about that, sorry.
Oh, he's come down the wickets. Sikandara's seen him and adjusted very well.
Oh, yes, Ras!
D'Quella looked like he still wanted to force that ball away. And that inside edge just saving him.
Tino, just to ask you about Sikandar Raza. Now, he had a different kind of action. He used to be a loopy kind of off spinner. What really made him change it and bowl in this manner?
Because people kept throwing the ball back from behind long on in the stands.
That's been wicked, Tino. That's been wicked. he was once your teammate. You shouldn't say that. When I meet him the next time, I'm going to tell him this.
No, I'll tell you what it is. In fact, we've got a ball to go. Talk about it in the next over.
Again, a single this time to Chandimal. It's a good over, good comeback. 5 of the over, 113 for 4. For 4, good partnership, developing 33 of 19. Dambulla has been the key. Look at his strike rate, 155. Chandimal not bad, 122. 11 of 9. I'm going to see the ambidextrous Tarindu Ratnayaka. At 12, they'll get to 185. That might be a bit ambitious. Maybe at 10, 173, you think?
Yeah, you have to give a chance to Colombo Stars as long as Dambulla stays there.
Nice boy, nice boy.
And that's a brave delivery, wasn't it? Looping the ball,
Lovely, lovely start.
asking the batter to go for it.
Roshan, I'll very quickly respond to your question about Sikandar Raza because I'm heading out of the combo box at the end of the over. He's had a lot of opportunities in playing in all these leagues around the world, the BPLs, PSL, the Caribbean Premier League over the last 2 or 3 years, and I think it's the exposure that he's had playing in those competitions where he can't just afford to walk in there and bowl loopy off spinners. He's had to try and change his game, be adaptive with the areas that he's playing in, and I think that's why he's become such a good bowler in this format.
And it tells you that he's a thinking cricketer. He wants to improve upon his cricketing abilities, and that's good to see. That's in the air. And Dambulla gets out. Breather for Dambulla Aura.
This is clever bowling by Tarindu Ratnayaka. Don't forget, we talk about the breeze. It's a cross breeze and Dambulla was going against it. He was looking to bowl more middle and leg stumps that cramped him up, the off spin. Look at him from round the wicket. Look where he's bowled, on the leg stump. Dambulla possibly wanting to go inside out, just couldn't do it. Eventually holding out to the man at long on. Big wicket. So Dambulla goes. Gone for 62. It's 114 for 5.
जब शेर 2 कदम पीछे लेता है
Look at
That's a centre. Good boy. Next up.
It's 114 for 5. Karim Janat. He's got a good strike rate. Hails from Afghanistan. Just 24 years. Plenty of experience. Just one shy of 1300 runs. Left arm spin of Tarindu Ratnayaka. Now he should be looking to bowl wide of the off stump, not straight. He's brought in a slip. Try and bowl wide of the off stump.
Yeah, he's bowled well. Have a look at that one. Saw Dambulla jumping out of the crease. Did not drag the length back. Slowed it down and landed the ball in the blind spot of the left-handed batsman. And that's why he was able to remove dangerous Dambulla and a timely wicket.
Roshan, you were calling for Ratnayaka maybe having bowled an extra over earlier. He's come back. This over's been very good. Wicket, 2 runs, ball to go. And that it shall remain. End of the 15th over. 115 for 5.
A significantly good effort with the bat from Colombo Stars in the middle phase of the innings. Much better to what they achieved in that first game. They lost 7 wickets through overs number 7 to over number 15. Not the case this time around. 67 runs and 2 wickets. That's been the strength of their batting in this innings. Of course, they lost 3 wickets in the power play phase, but it has set them up nicely for the last 5 overs in this innings. Afternoon, Maha. Afternoon, Rosalano.
Good afternoon, Darren Ganga.
Nice boy, nice boy.
Good to see you. Good afternoon, everybody. 116 for 5 with just over 4 overs to go. That Dickwella wicket was massive. A variation from Sikandar Raza. Very unpredictable. Interesting reason given by our good friend Tino as to why Sikandar has changed his action, being a lot more effective. Saw him coming. Actually, Chandimal, he's himself to blame. He yorks himself. Bowled in. Plays all round it. Dinesh Chandimal, the wickets. Correction, that's Karim Janat. Tried to flick it onto the onside, but the ball just straightened down the line. Now this is the problem that can happen. You start losing wickets, your innings tends to stall.
It's just went down slightly down the line, and Karim Janat played all over it, trying to play through the mid-wicket for a single. So vacant just for the single, but Sikandar Raza was rewarded for his persistence. Karim Janat gone for 2. It's 117 for 6. And it's time for the timeout.
In particular was superb, playing square off the wicket to the spinners and the pacers. There's Dominic Drakes. Of course, little game time for this young man. He suffered a meniscus tear earlier in the Caribbean, and he's here because of this. That knuckle ball that goes away from the right-hander. An essential variation in the white ball game that can bring you wickets.
That's edged away. That's useful runs. Surprised everyone, even Drakes, who gets off the mark with that. Ends the 16th. 121 for 6.
Shakti, sponsor for Maza Play LPL. Important one indeed as we continue into match 5. Crucial stage of the innings, of course. Hope there with Dinesh Chandimal, who's shown immense success with the bat at number 6 in the last season. Can he do the same and finish the innings off?
Keep picking up wickets, you put pressure on the opposition. Now that 180 looks a fair distance away. Feature for delivery, it's a different type of knuckle ball, just the one finger behind it. Lands on the belly, rolls over. Bit of an angle into the right-hander, it pitches. And a very slight deviation. That was enough to defeat him. The 4 balls in that over. Lower arm, so many different variations, and he's quite accurate. That's the one, the knuckle ball.
And just add those variations, much more effective in the last 5 overs of an innings. opposition batters searching for boundaries, so they're never in position. They're trying to use their power, their bottom hand, and their mindset is one of attack.
With all those variation, what he had in the last ball of the delivery was pace. It was delivered at 111, which went for a boundary. That makes a batsman's life even more harder. And you have all the mysteriness, all the cleverness, and you have the pace to be the spin at 111. Yeah, that's some sort of ability what Sikandar Raza possesses.
The length was also very good. Janath caught on the crease. He's got that into the gap, and it doesn't matter because he's hit it very hard, Chandimal.
It's a strong area for Dinesh Chandimal. Got the length. Ratnayaka pitching in his arc. 29-6 of this Maza play LPL. This is what we all know about Dinesh Chandimal. When he's on full song, this is what he can do. Flat, long, and a powerful stroke.
Many might be debating the position that he's batting in this Colombo Stars team. Well, last year he scored 277 runs, averaged 50, batting at number 6. Was the ideal finisher for the Colombo Stars. They finished 3rd after the preliminary round, got into the playoffs but didn't go further. End of the 17th, 132 for 6. Raza continues. Another thing I notice about the options used by Nasun Shanaka in this match, of course, just 2 spin overs in the power play, 7 overs of spin through those middle overs. So he's relied a lot on his slower bowlers, despite the fact that Lahuru Kumara picked up 3 wickets in that power play as a fast bowler. This really should have given a little more confidence to his fast bowlers in the middle phase of the innings. Just surprise, more wickets, only 2 wickets in that phase.
Also, it will be interesting to see. That's a brilliant effort. So, just thought for a moment it was all over with the wind, but Drakes did not time it. Looks like it's Tom Abo. Faster ball again. Valiant effort, just not good enough. Just not good enough. On the fact of using the fast bowler, huge shot by Drakes. Shot that time by Sikandar Raza. That probably the biggest 6 of the day. This is what quick West Indians can possess. Just for finish off, the tactics will be used to bowl. Who's going to bowl the death overs? Larry Kumar is not renowned for his death bowling abilities. Who's going to bowl that?
Yeah, just hit it. Swing. You get half decent bat, it'll go for 6 because that's the direction the wind is blowing in. Well, just to answer your question why he's not used a lot more pace, he doesn't have. Lahiru Kumara has the 1 over, it's himself and Lahiru Madhushankar who he can use. He's just brought Lahiru Madhushankar in for the 1 over. He's bowled 2, friendly pace. He's gone for 20 and hence spin heavy and relying on them.
Just staying with Dominic Drakes, I did mention that he got injured in the Caribbean whilst playing in that Sky T10 tournament prior to the Caribbean Premier League. Had a frustrating time getting himself recovered from a meniscus tear. So this is his first competitive outing. Dominic Drakes, he can strike a long ball, solid all-rounder.
Yeah, boy, yeah, boy.
He's hit the 6, and then there's been 3 dot balls. Not what you want in the 18th. 142 for 6.
If they go at over 11 runs per over for the last 2, they'll get to 164. And that is where Dinesh Chandimal and Dominic Drakes will be aiming.
Positives, Ganga, positives, especially after that effort in the first game. This is gold dust. 164 in these conditions, especially this wind. They were in a position to get that 180, 185, so how do you see that?
Interesting feel for Leauge Kumara. Third man up. Deep extra cover, deep cover point. Long off the 3 fielders, patrolling the boundary. And short third man, a short extra cover, deep fine leg coming in. That's deep mid wicket and a long on. What is it going to be? Whether it be Yorkers, slow balls. Cannot bowl short with this field, especially to a shuttle batsman like Dinesh Chandimal. Chandimal very strong to the leg side, and that's the side. It's where the wind is blowing.
We'll have to re-bowl that delivery. Just staying with the run chase. This Dambulla Aura team doesn't have the confidence with the batter either. They only scored 121 for 9 in the first game. But they'll get confidence from their bowling effort. Leauge Kumara in particular with that new ball. His 3 overs in the power play, picking up 3 wickets.
He's trying to bowl it away from Chandimal's leg side. Try to get him to hit into the wind. Deep point and the deep third there. Leauge Kumara not his strength bowling in the death, but I liked what he did. The first one was a wide, the next one a wideish slower ball. You got to be brave in situations like this, at times like this. If not, you're not going to get better.
I think this is the dilemmas Dambulla right throughout this LPL will be facing. It's Leauge Kumara in the team. We know his strength with the new ball in the middle overs to finish his 4 overs. That's how most of the time Dasun used him in the World Cup. But in this team, if you look at the bowling options with Leauge Madhusanka and Dasun Shanaka being the media pacers, not renowned for their death overs, who's going to bowl that for the Dambulla Auras? Got Paul van Meekeren, the Dutch big lanky fast bowler, can't find a place in this team as well. So deep into the tournament, I think that's a dilemma Dambulla Aura got to find a solution for.
One thing for sure, Angelo Matthews will expect a better fielding effort from his side. They were way below par in that first game against the Falcons. That's beautiful. Just over the man at mid-off. Good power. Stand and deliver shot from Dominic Drakes.
And it was a bit of a stand and no jump from the fielder. I think it was Bhanuka Rajapaksa. It wasn't timed, he just couldn't get off the ground. Brave shot, got enough, but I thought a better effort from the fielder might have helped to haul that in.
I thought he misjudged it initially. Could have, at least if you can hold on to it, get a hand to it and stop the ball. As you said, a poor effort at mid-off. Huge appeal by the wicket-keeper and the bowler. Lyndon Hannibal is quiet. And skipper Dasun Shanaka going upstairs.
Well, this is quite interesting. Didn't appear as though there was bat on ball. Dominic Drakes didn't look surprised, didn't look behind.
But I'll tell you what, I keep harping about the wind. It's blowing the other direction, so
fair delivery, go to front.
the umpire, those at mid-off, mid-on, it's understandable if they do not pick anything. No change in the seam. That's also an indication if there's been
Still
a nick.
waiting.
It's the same position that it goes through. So it's late. It's a delayed appeal from Lahiru Kumara. He's in the direction of the umpire. He's only supporting the wicket keeper. Thief. Oh no, it's the umpire who's got the ball
Aldridge
in his
coming
pocket.
up, rolling forward.
Oh
There's
yes,
a
there you go.
Clear spike.
Bottom
and the
edge,
ball
fourth
next to
wicket.
the bat. Can I have the on-field umpire?
For
on camera?
Lahiru Kumara. So that's a good review. Dominic Drakes. He's made 18 off 12. And that's the 7th wicket down for the Stars. It's 148. Drakes 18.
Legal deliveries. Sounded good, sounded really good. Flies all the way for 6. Announces himself, Suranga Lakmal, this time with the bat and not the ball.
Wow, Suranga Lakmal, the first delivery with the win. As expected, Lahiru Kumara, pretty comfortable, banging it short. And Lakmal equal to the task right throughout this over, except the first ball. It's all been lengths. This time, Suranga Lakmal, being a fast bowler, knowing Lahiru Kumara for a long time, knowing his strength, not committing the front foot, and expecting a short ball, got it, and hammered it.
Now that was poor because the plan was to bowl wide of the stumps and get them to hit into the wind. He gets a wicket and he bowls at the batter. At this stage, he's only going to be swinging. Now he goes to that plan which has a very small margin for error. Paid the price though, that 6 gonna hurt.
That's where I think Lahiru Kumara should correct himself soon as possible. He has this reputation of going and leaking runs in the death overs. That's taking a closer look of the wicket of Drakes. I had the feeling he played a little too early. And a good appeal and a good review by the Auras.
Nice change in pace from Kumara, who ends his spell. 4 wickets to him, his best figures in LPL. Great comeback effort from the right-arm fast bowler. 19 overs gone, 155 for 6. To capitalize on these last 6 deliveries. 155 already. Outside edge, and it's a smart one because it will race away and he will get 4 important runs for Colombo Stars.
Good way to start the over. It's the last one. But the moment you get a boundary, whether streaky or through a good shot, it puts the bowler under pressure. He tends to just take a moment and doubt his plans. 159, 170, that's what Chandimal needs.
Missed out. Pace off into the pitch. That's always a viable option when a batter is trying to attack you as a bowler, especially in the last over of an innings.
Good option taken by Leauge Madhusanka. Slow ball into the pitch, balloons into the batsman. Dinesh Chandimal was asking for a wide ball, but I don't think Linden was confident enough of calling it a wide.
Another slower ball. Hasn't gotten hold of it, Chandimal. Strike transferred to Suranga Lakmal.
3 dismissals we've seen. The bat turning in the hand of the batters on impact, and all of them trying to hit into the wind.
Right arm over. 3 more to come.
Not in control of their hands on all 3 occasions.
That's picked up and goes into the hands of the fielder. Not enough power, not enough distance, and the plan has worked.
But Suranga Lakmal, if he had hit the other way, other side at the end, it would have been a 6 with the wind. This was into the wind. It was very strong. And on top of it, Leauge Madhusanka did not give the pace. Just 125 clicks, and Suranga Lakmal, generally a hard hitter, swings it and he gets it right. That goes a long way. But this occasion, just holds on. And a neat catch by Chaturanga De Silva and Deep Square. Lakmal with a mighty 6 to his name, gone for 6. Colombo 160 for 7.
It's the battle of the champions. It's the glory of the nation. It's a celebration. It's a revolution. You can feel it everywhere.
इटालियन और मैं खाऊं बैंक में धूल. मैं तो शट अप. मार्केट्स, इकोनॉमी, इंटरेस्ट रेट अच्छे से रिसर्च करो और मुझे अभी इन्वेस्ट करो. चलो.
पैसे ने काम पर लगा रखा है. गेट ईटी मनी. जानो बेटर रिटर्न्स के लिए कब और कहां इन्वेस्ट करना है. अब आप पैसे को काम पे लगा.
Wickets down. Van der Sea, the wrist spinner, in with Dinesh Chandimal, and he will pick up 4. That's a glorious stroke.
Send him in early. Look at that shot for a number 10. You spoke about him being a wrist spinner. Look at his wrists. Uses it really well to time that all along the ground. Jeffrey Van der See, great way to start his innings. Last ball of the innings.
Two is the call. It will fall short of the fielder in that long off position, but he will be run out. Attempting the second run, as he should, and it will bring a close to the innings. So Colombo Stars, they finish on 164.
Halfway mark. Colombo Stars, if they had given a choice of 165, they would have taken 165 for 8 in this pitch, in this condition. I think it's a decent effort. Final delivery. Jeffrey Van der See trying to go probably over the top of the bowler Leauge Madhusanka, and she only go for long off. And Thardu Ratnayaka, nice leg throw to get Jeffrey Van der See run out just for 1. Bigger part just for 5.
Good effort from the Dambulla aura. They'll be happy with it. They haven't been battered out of it. The Colombo Stars won the toss. Even games at the break, I would think. At 165 for 8, Niroshan Dikwella, he led the way. He's downstairs now with Nerli Meadows.
Nerishan out for all out, for 90 in the first game. 3 wickets fall in the power play, but you recover to make 165. What do you think of this total?
I think this is a good total. Depends on the wicket because it was a bit slow at the start, but I think the few batsmen who batted in the top order didn't realize that. Then myself and Ravi, we realized the wicket is slow and we wanted to have a partnership. Then we continued.
So tell us about your innings. 62 off 41 balls. It was fun to watch. Was it fun to play?
Yeah, of course. It's always good to get some runs. I just wanted to bat throughout, and after, as I said, losing 3 wickets, it's not easy to build a partnership, and we have to continue that momentum. And with the momentum, we have to make a big score. I think I did a pretty good job.
The conditions, very swirly breeze out there. How is it batting and playing under it?
Feels like England. Yeah, and the wicket is quite slow as well, and the breeze doesn't help for the batsman as well. So I was planning to score on one side of the ground, and that helped me as well. I think this is a good score. We could defend it.
I know you need to get ready, so
yes.
Thanks for your time.
No worries, thanks, yes.
Wonderful innings by Neroshan Dekwela. Well, at the halfway stage of this match 5. Dambulla Aura, if they are to win this one, they need 166. That's the target. We'll have to wait and see after the break if they get there.